What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Realistic Career Mode with Wrexham. This is episode number 45, and as you can see the table there, 7 games in, 10 points, 3 wins from our first 7 games. I am happy. 5 points above the drop zone, and we're going quite well as we look to round off September here. We'll face Preston, Plymouth, and Bournemouth. In the last episode, we almost had a 100% record, but we let ourselves down, losing in the final game against Barnsley in probably what was the worst half of football I think I've produced on this game in this career mode. It was just truly awful. We managed to grab a late goal to bring it back, but it wasn't enough. Barnsley well earned that 3 points, and we were terrible. So looking for a response here in the first game of the episode against Preston. There were positives though. We knocked Blackpool out of the cup to set up a bumper tie against Arsenal at the Emirates. You'll see that in the next episode. And then beat Rotherham, who are struggling after their promotion. Well, after that disappointing result to Barnsley, we make 6 changes to the side that started that match as we faced a Preston side who haven't won a game yet in the league. They've only lost twice, but they've drawn 5 of their 7. So just looking for that winning formula here at Deepdale as we look to make it 8 wins without defeat. And we're off to the perfect start here. Ball won back by Koulibaly, and then George Evans finds Alex Lowry, who finishes really nicely, actually. It's a weird, cold looping finish. This angle was beautiful of the goal, and we grabbed the early lead. Lowry's first league goal of the campaign, and his first goals in any competition since his hat-trick against Coventry in the Carroll Cup first round. So 6 minutes in, perfect start for the visitors as we look to respond after the Barnsley defeat. And from kickoff, we get to work again. Evans wins the ball back, finds Mullin to Koulibaly. He finds Alex Lowry again. Boom, just like London buses. None come for ages, and then 2 come at the same time. Alex Lowry, first 2 league goals of the campaign. He hasn't featured in every league game, but that will definitely boost his confidence, that is for sure. Koulibaly with a nice assist there, and he got the hockey assist in the first goal. Obviously, it won't count for the stats, but he won the ball and played in George Evans, who did pick up the assist. So 2 goals in the early stages as we look to make it 3 here. Mullin with a shot blocks, and then beautiful reverse pass as Lowry looks for a 17-minute hat-trick. Freddie Woodman, the former Newcastle goalkeeper, denying Lowry a hat-trick there, and then he denies Mullin with his toe from the corner. Mendy to Mullin, such a familiar combo we've seen in the first 3 seasons of this career mode. This time Mullin's header is saved by the foot of Woodman, but we have got our foot on the gas pedal here as Mullin drives forward and forces Woodman into another save. 20 minutes in and we are peppering Preston here. Evans' corner comes in, Mullin header wide, and well, Preston would make a sub just before half time. 24 minutes in, Mullin alone has had 5 shots. We've had 9 shots as a club, not even half an hour in. Just a really, really good half of football, dominating Preston, peppering their goal, and just the exact response I was looking for after that disappointing Barnsley performance. That is exactly what I was looking for here, and we lead 2-0, and we're deep into first half stoppage time, 5 minutes into 3 added on, but Preston will have time to take their corner. They've been under the cosh for 50 minutes. Can they halve the deficit here? Woodburn with the delivery, swung in, headed in. Oh wow, how was that snuck in? Header comes in from about the penalty spot. It goes to the far post, beats Fotheringham, but I think it was Rocco Vata on the line. Yeah, and it's a clear header. He just needs to head it away, and that will be half time. But he heads it down into his own goal. That is an awful mistake from the Irishman. And well, 7 minutes into added time, into what was 3 added on, Preston half the deficit. So despite us probably producing the best half of football we have, definitely this season, we do concede a late goal there, and then Preston almost equalise a shot from a very narrow angle, but fortunately for us it comes crashing off the post. And then in injury time, Williams, the sub, looks to release Lowry for the hat-trick. Woodman is quick off his line though, gets the ball, but that should be that. Yeah, the referee blows his full-time whistle. We respond after the defeat to Barnsley with a win at Deepdale to make it Preston without a win in their first 8 games. But for Wrexham, it's a 4th win in that 50% record, which we've sort of spoken about. I feel like, it'll be sort of 1 win, 1 draw or loss. We're kind of keeping up with that at the moment. 4 wins from the first 8. Very happy with how we're going right now. We're starting off the episode in a really positive light. And it's nice that, as you can see there, we are just outside the playoffs now, into 7th place behind our rival Swansea, who I think we've played, who we play in a couple episodes time. So looking forward to that Welsh derby. Down at the other end of the table, Plymouth and Rotherham at the bottom two, the two sides that came up with us last season. And then Preston joining them. So that defeat for Preston dropped them into the relegation zone. As we see, yet another unrealistic bid for Ryan Barnett, Legia Warsaw from Poland coming in from him. And then Grenoble Foot, the French side, also coming in for the right wing back. Yet to receive a realistic bid for Barnett, who has been on the transfer market, I think, for about 3 months. It's very frustrating. If you guys have the same issue where you can't find a realistic, if you're not getting realistic bids, let me know in the comments, because I'm really struggling with it, and it's looking like Barnett's going to leave on a free, as we get a couple of loan offers for Dexter Riley, one from FCBC, I think it was, again, an unrealistic destination, and then this one I did like, Bristol City coming in for the youngster, and Bristol City in the Championship with us this season, struggling in the bottom half. But I feel like if he goes on loan there, he will get first team football. So we delegate to our assistant manager to agree on a 1-year loan deal. As we head into the second game of the episode, you can see there the side will probably be facing, as in the lineup, we know we're facing Plymouth. The side who are 23rd right now, they've won 1 of their opening 8. Promoted with us from League One last season. But they are struggling right now. 1 win in all competitions as well, because they lost 3-0 to Borough in the first round of the Carabao Cup. Incidentally, this is the last game that Hayden is suspended for. So obviously, like we agreed upon, the players, when they receive a red card, will receive a 3-match ban. And we have implemented that. This is the last one that Hayden will not be available for. Fish deputising at centre-back, though. He's doing a decent job, Fish. I might have to keep him in, although commentators curse, as he looks to looks to press the Plymouth striker, who has scored an absolute worldie. What a finish that was. And just as we were bigging up Fish, he is unable to deny Plymouth the opener. What a finish from him. And the visitors have a shock lead, although it does not last long. Jewison Bennett released by Jacob Mendy, and Bennett drives into the box, takes actions into his own hands, and fires home the leveller. Great finish from him as we look to work the ball in the second half. Christie finding Mullins, who knocks it down to Roberts, who's been pretty quiet so far this season. Mullin into Lee, and now Alfie Devine. Can he score here? Alfie Devine, let's go. 2-1 lead. The man who's on loan at Plymouth this season, he's having a really good campaign. He was on loan at Port Vale. Tottenham recalled him, sent him out to Plymouth into a division higher because they felt he was good enough for that level. And he scores against his former loan club and doesn't show any respect in the celebration. Should you show respect for a club you're at loan at? Maybe. But I'm not too sure. And Alfie Devine does not there. Instead, he does the Rashford and he gives us the lead. 2-1 lead, and that is his first goal since match day 2, actually, when he scored that beauty against Cardiff. Good to see him on the score sheet yet again, and we've turned this one around 2-1 before Fotheringham makes a good save. 15 minutes to go. Deep into injury time now. Morgan Whittaker whips in a ball. Plymouth still have the ball here. We've gone over the allotted 3 minutes, but because they've got the ball in the box, the ref's going to keep going. Randall drives forward, and Fotheringham has to make a save. And that is practically the last play of the game. Great save from Wes there at the back as he denies the visitors snatching a point in the last play of the game. Plymouth did take a 1-0 lead. Fair play to them. This was actually a really open and honest game of football. Very end-to-end. Both teams having plenty of chances. Fotheringham coming up with a couple of big saves though. And we come from behind to secure the 2-1 win. Back-to-back league wins now and back-to-back 2-1 wins as well, which take us up to 6th place. 5 wins from the opening 9. We're on 16 points. This start has been phenomenal. Guys, let me know in the comments, do you think we should be pushing maybe for promotion? I mean, my aim was to survive relegation. But now, I know it's very early doors, but do you think we could maybe push for a third promotion in a row? Who knows? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? As that defeat sends Plymouth bottom of the table after Rotherham got a big win against Preston. Dexter Riley, the deal to Bristol City. They came back and offered a 2-year loan deal. I don't want to send Dexter out for 2 years, so I wanted to negotiate and put him out for a year. But then they actually came back and said, okay, we'll take him for 6 months, which I'm not fussed about at all. So he'll go in January and then come back at the start of next season. So hopefully he will get plenty of game time in Bristol, and he'll come back a much, much better player. But I know that he's got a good future here, Dexter Riley. So he'll be going out on loan in January. Well, the games keep coming thick and fast into the third and final game of the episode, and it is Bournemouth away at the Vitality Stadium. Hayden available again, but we will stick with Will Fish for now after back-to-back wins. He's forming a decent partnership with Josh L right now, so Mullin will continue to lead the side with the armband. The Cherries 10th, after they won their first 2 games. I remember actually they smashed their first 2 games. I think they scored 4 goals in both their first 2 games, and I was like, oh wow, okay, Bournemouth are going to run away with this one though. But they've only managed 1 win in their next 7 games, so perhaps a good time to come here and face the Cherries. And they are led by a familiar face. Obviously, if you watched the Nottingham Forest Realistic Career Mode on FIFA 23, you will know all about this man on the ball here, Taiwo Awoniyi. My guy, the absolute legend of the Nottingham Forest Career Mode. He led us all the way to the Champions League, to battling for the title, and it was a fantastic career mode. If you haven't watched it, I definitely recommend it. I thoroughly enjoyed that career mode, and now he is donning the red and black stripes of Bournemouth. And it would be the Cherries who'd grab an early lead. Hamad Traore's 5th goal in 10 would give them a 1-0 lead, and then I don't know about this call here. Koulibaly punished and a penalty awarded. For me, he clearly wins the ball there, which is a really harsh call from the referee. But now all of a sudden, Taiwo is stepping up to score against us. And as we, came out the blocks flying against Preston, we had 2 goals in the first 15 minutes. Bournemouth could do the same to us here. But Fotheringham saves. Big save from Wes there. That could be massive. Taiwo misses the chance to double the Cherries' lead early doors. Shooting it to Fotheringham's right, Wes reaches out 2 stretched arms and tips away the shot for a corner. And can that save revitalise us in this game? Because we've been very quiet. And, well, Paul Mullin, he's been fairly quiet for his standards. That is his 5th goal of the season. And it's an absolute bullet as well. Elliot Lee picking up the assist there. And Cherries could have been 2-0 up. We are now tied at 1 apiece. And just before the half an hour mark, we are looking to punish now. Our tails are up, and Bennett finds Elliot Lee, who bags the go-ahead goal. And Luke's comment here, he said that we should keep and start both Mendy and Lee. This was something that we discussed a couple of episodes ago. He said that both of them outperformed their ratings, which I can definitely agree with. I'm finding that as well. Mendy in particular, considering he's mid-60, I think 65, he has been phenomenal. I think he's been in the top 3 of assists in all 3 seasons as well. And then Elliot Lee has been fantastic as well, chipping in with a goal and assist in this game alone. So, Luke, I appreciate that comment. And for now, yes, Mendy and Lee will stay at the club and continue to start as well. Well, what a turnaround it's been. Bournemouth dominated the first 15 minutes. Could have been 2-0 up. Instead, they are now 3-1 down. And it is a complete turnaround. Mullin grabs his 6th league goal of the season. Great cross from Bennett. Great cross from Mendy, who we were just touching on there. What a lethal combination they've been. I think that's Mendy's 2nd assist of the episode as well. And we lead 3-1. So yes, big up Lee and Mendy. Key to this turnaround here. And what a turnaround it has been as well. As we see here, we go 4-1 up. Jewison Bennett, who is looking like he's going to be a star as well. We now lead 4-1, and it looks like the 3 points are in the bag. It's been a great turnaround. Bournemouth started off really strongly, got that early goal, could have made it 2 from the penalty spot. Wes came up with a huge save, and that really jump-started our game. And we went down the other end, peppered the keeper, scored 3 goals in the first half, and then grabbed the 4th in the second. As Bournemouth would get a late consolation, Patson Daka, the former Leicester forward, grabs his first goal, I think, for Bournemouth. And it will matter not as we're deep into injury time now, but Tavernier breaking into the box, finds Daka again, and Patterson's grabbed another goal here, and it's surely too little too late. We are, I think that will basically be the last kick of the game. Yes, the referee blows full time here. Frustrating to concede those 2 goals because the 4-3 scoreline did not reflect the game. After those first 15 minutes, we dominated this one. 4-1 was very much a fair reflection of the game, but it shows that we've got work to do defensively, and you can't switch off even for a second. Daka grabbing a brace in injury time to give this one a more tasty looking scoreline than play actually deserved. But yeah, a 4-3 win, happy with that. That's 3 wins from 3 this episode, something that we just failed to do last episode, but we do secure 3 wins from 3 here. And what starts this season with having, guys, 10 games in, as you can see down the bottom there, Plymouth, Rotherham get another win, 2 wins in this episode for them. Huge results. Preston still winless. As we go up the table, Wrexham are in the playoff spots. I know it's very early days yet. 6 wins from our first 10 games though. 19 points on the board. For me, it's still about survival this season. I know that I feel a rough patch will come at some point because it always does. But survival is key. So getting those points early doors is what's important to me. And right now, we're in the playoff spot, which is great to see. Well, that'll be it for today's episode, guys. Episode 45. If you're enjoying the series, make sure to drop a like on the video and sub to the channel if you haven't already. Road to 600 subs. I'll see you in episode 46 very soon.